Hey, it's Dr. Brenda, founder of the Gutsy Women Club, where women dare to dream and take bold actions to follow their heart's journey, and full-time RVer traveling with my three cats with a preference for national and state parks and Corps of Engineer campgrounds. I am coming to the conclusion of a 13-night stay at Caprock Canyons State Park. And let me see if I get this correct. Quitaque, Texas. It's taken a while to get the pronunciation correct, but that's what the locals tell me it is. So this is an incredible park because it's in the canyons, and there are bison. So it's been pretty awesome. It is in the northwest part of Texas. There's not a whole lot going on in this area. Quitaque has a population of 400 or so. The town over there, next to it, is like 12 or 13 miles from the campground called Turkey, home of Bob Wills, and I've got some bonus footage for you there, which also has about a population of 400. So when you get here, make sure you've got everything you need for a while. There's a grocery store and a convenience store, but pickings are slim. I am especially happy that I had stocked up on pet food. I don't think I would have been able to find a PetSmart, which generally is where I go because it carries the brand. Probably would have taken me hours to get there. So down to the review. You ready? I am going to give the Caprock Canyons State Park 4 out of 5 fires, and I really debated about this. I love so many of the campgrounds and state parks I go to that eventually I was worried that everybody's going to get a 5 because there's so many outstanding amenities at so many of these places. The campsite certainly that gets. I've got 5 stars there. You've got a fire pit. Make sure that it's okay to burn. That it's not. There's not a burn ban when you're here. Firewood, by the way, there's a local farm store in Quitaque. That's a good source of firewood, $5 a bundle. But you've got a picnic table, and it's a sheltered. It's got a sheltered roof and a side to it. So the campsite is pretty good sized. I've just taken my eyes off of this because there's a bison right outside my window. So the campground itself, the place is filled with bison. They say they're about 100 head, but I don't know. They seem to be all over the place. So, okay, restrooms. I stayed here at the end of March in 2021, and when I did check in at the visitor center, they told me that there was some type of a water issue going on, so that there were no public showers. So there are no public showers in the restroom. 2 of the 4 stalls were closed, so didn't look exactly all that great. So given the fact that things were closed, maintenance and cleanliness, they'll get a 3 out of the 5 in the restrooms. Amenities and trails. There's a visitor center, like I mentioned. There's an amphitheater. There's a discovery center, which was closed. But the trails are pretty awesome. You've got a map, and you can really be gone for a long time. Some pretty tough trails, some scrambles, and pretty well marked. So they get a 5 for that. Safety. There's a park ranger that comes around. I did feel relatively safe, except I don't think they did as well of a job educating us on bison as I would have liked. So when you get your campground, when you check in, they give you this fact sheet about bison, and they're very good about telling you do not approach them, don't feed them, don't go near them, and that stay at least 50 yards away from them. So that's good. I'm one of those people that I'm not around bison very much, so I actually read this, and so I thought, okay, well, I'm in pretty good shape. I can usually see where the herd is. I went out hiking, and friends, I was charged by a bison. I've got the full video you know, towards the end of this, where you can go to watch that video. I have just the excerpt in here where it actually charged me, and I just, you know, finished a conversation with a young woman in the restroom. The same thing happened to her. She was hiking with her husband and 2 children, the youngest 4 years old, and same thing happened. They were out on the trail and went over a hill, crossed a bend, and all of a sudden there's a bison right in the trail in front of them, and there's no time. You're much closer than 50 yards. You don't see them right away, and yeah, they were also charged. So it's not just happening to me. And I Googled and afterward, and I found out that, you know, that I really, if I see one anywhere, I just need to start slowly backing up. And I'm giving you this public service message, because if you go hiking out here, odds are it might happen to you. So you see a bison there, just slowly back up. You might have to get off the trail. I mean, the woman I was talking to went through a wash. The bison now is 5 feet away from my RV window. Okay, my cat is watching it, and so am I. So they are in the campground, like all over the place, and you're going to get used to it. After 2 days. You're going to, the tourists are stopping to take pictures, and you might feel comfortable getting more closer to them. They'll go right up. I mean, the one was by a tree, by the picnic table of the site right across from me. So just be really, really careful. And if you do come across one on the trail, you might have to divert around the trail, walk through the cactus, do whatever you need to do. It's frightening, and you're going to see that. So safety. Yeah, there are bison here. Yes, they're wild. Yes, we do the best we can, but a little bit more information would have definitely been helpful. Cleanliness. It seemed like a pretty clean park in terms of you know, litter and stuff. I didn't see anything amiss. So anyway, I'm giving them a 4 out of 5. I have really cool video for you to see. I'm going to take you on, show you through some of the buildings, some of the sites, some of the canyon areas. We'll walk through the restroom like we always do, because the restrooms are very important. And then I've got that little clip, that bison charge. Okay, it's going to give you a sense of what it's like. And then the bonus footage of Turkey, Texas. So there you go. Caprock Canyons State Park in Quitaque, Texas, 4 campfire ratings. So, hey, please subscribe and follow me along on this incredible journey. If you stay at Caprock Canyons, I'd love to know how your visit was. Okay, enjoy the video. Bye-bye. This is the visitor center. When you first approach, you will have to, well, first of all, when I approached, there was a ranger at the entrance to the park asking me if I already had a permit. I already had a reservation, and I did. You do have to get your reservations in as soon as you can here, because the odds of them having something open is pretty slim to none. So if you're on the weekday, you might be okay, but if you want to stay a weekend, you're going to have to definitely get reservations. And you've got the parking lot here, so you can see these are 4 big rigs over here. That's not real well marked, but you have to stop here, head on into the visitor center, and the staff there will give you the permits that you need on your vehicles and send you on your way. This is a map. I'm at the Honey Flat camping area, which is right up here. So I don't know if this gives you a grasp of how big the park is. It's big. It is several miles from the front to the rear south prong part. Some nice artwork. They have some souvenirs inside. I'm not a big souvenir person, but if you want t-shirts and little knickknacks. You can find them inside. There's also a viewing area, and I'm going to tell you, once you're here for a day or two, you get used to bison everywhere. And the novelty starts to wear off a bit, but that's when you probably have to be extra cautious, because they can come after you at any time. I learned this myself. If you stick around, I've got at the very end, if you want to look at that clip, you can watch what happens when I get charged by a bison. It was pretty scary, folks, so always be careful of the bison. This talks a bit about the bison herd, donated by the J.A. Ranch as a tribute to its owner. Ranged on the J.A. from the ranch's inception in the 1870s until donated to the Texas parks in 1996. So it gives you some information on the bison herd. I actually just passed most of the herd on my way over here. And just a tip, they usually don't travel solo. So if you see one, it's quite likely there's a second or more in the area. Okay, so there you go. There's the visitor center. That's your first stopping point to check in to your campground. This is the Discovery Center. It's the first building on your right once you enter the park, after you're past the visitor center. And we're going to go in and see what's inside. Restrooms up here. I guess we're not. Things are locked up. So I cannot tell you what's in the Discovery Center. And again, we're still in COVID season, so it could be that not everything is open like we had hoped. I guess this is a hands-on, get up close and personal with animal skeleton and pelts, trout Native American tools and experience. So they may have limited hours, and I'm here at the wrong time, I guess. 20. This is the Amphitheater, so you get a heck of a view. It's late March here, rather chilly day. It's only in the 40s, had been mostly in 60s and 70s. That means I have the place to myself, folks. Some very nice bison statuary. So I would fathom that they have events here when the weather is better and perhaps when the COVID restrictions get lifted or we're in a better place pandemic-wise, but check out the view from here. there is a body of water in the park. It's a relatively small level. They've got this really cool emergency life ring if you need it. This is the group shelter area. It's Wednesday morning and cold, so it's empty today. So I'll show you. So you can launch a boat. I have seen, I guess, probably a canoe, maybe a kayak out here. If people are fishing, I think I have seen people fish. I can't tell you what they're catching. This is it, folks. So we are on the other side of the lake. This is again a day use area. If you're coming here with children, though, there's a really nice little camp, a swing set play area for the kids. So that's a nice a bonus. This is Honey Flat Campground. So this is where you've got power. 30 amps. There are some sites, the higher numbered sites, have 50 amps as well. Power and water. No full hookup. There's a dump station on as you leave. And this is a typical site. I found it to be pretty generous, but I've got a 32-footer, and you just want to check the dimensions before you reserve. They come with a picnic table and a fire pit, and each of these is sheltered, which is really good because it gets to be very windy here. It's a pretty quiet campground, lots of kids out. You can see that there is bison dung everywhere, so don't check your door before you exit, because there could be a bison right by your RV. And this, in fact, is where most of the bison hang out, between right by the main restrooms and the campground. By the playground, you see a lot of bison here. So it's a fairly nice place. You've got a lot of space between you and your neighbors. And again, the sheltered picnic area makes it pretty nice. My site is not completely level, so, but not bad, not too bad at all. Okay, this is the main restroom area in the campground. Lots of action in this area. This is where the prairie dogs hang out. So you're going to see them pop in and out of their holes, scurry around, chirp. The bison typically come right back here. So if you're on that swing set, you've got a good view of the bison, maybe a too close view of the bison, but they are here almost every evening, at least here in March of this year. And they're having some issues with the water at present, so they've told me that the showers are not available at the moment. So this is the women's restroom, and you can see it's very basic. Half of the toilet's out of order, and I think the showers are supposed to be here, and these are locked, so can't really tell you what the showers are like. But the fact that half of the restroom stalls are closed, showers are closed, that's not a real good indicator. The facilities themselves seem okay. take this trailhead. I know there's Hey there. Okay, call me gutsy or crazy, but check out where I hiked to, okay? So, I'm calling it quits at this end. I'm up high enough. Trail continues to go up, but it's a heck of a climb to get here, and I'm taking a water break, and I'm gently making my way back down. If you can see that dirt path down there, that's the starting point. So it's a pretty rocky climb, pretty awesome, but have to be very, very cautious, and I will be very cautious on my return. I'll give you a little sense of the trail. It's just all rocky, and you gotta crawl on your hands and knees part way, and I just make sure I take my time. So headed back down, but check out the view. This is the reward. I hope you are having a great Saturday, and until later, bye. Is dead ahead past that bison. No shit. Holy shit. I'm trying to get out. I'm backing up. I'm backing up. Backing up. No, I'm backing up. You win. Let me go. Let me go. Okay, I got prickly stuff stuck in my pants. Okay, just let me go. I'm walking back. I'm just gonna walk on back here, guys. No threat. No problem, please. I made it back. Okay, I took a little side trip to Turkey, Texas. Population just over 400. Maybe 12, 13 miles away from the campground. Not much happening in town, but I stopped by here. So they have a cute little historical stuff here. Turkey roost, but this is the home of Bob Wills. Bob Wills and his Texas Playboys. And that, if for those of you who do not know who Bob Wills was, he's one of the very early stars in the country music industry. And I guess this was their travel bus. Looks like it even has a couple of bullet holes in there for those Texas Playboys. And the closest town to the state park is called Quitaque. It's spelled like Quitaque, but it's pronounced Quitaque is what I've learned. And that also has a population of about 400. Lots and lots of storefronts that are just shut down. There's not a whole lot in this part of Texas. Here's an old 1928 Phillips 66 service station. So we'll walk you over here. It's kind of cute, isn't it? The old full service tanks where somebody came out to check your oil and put your gas in. All in Turkey, Texas. So there you go, a little side adventure just for the heck of it. Hope you enjoyed it.